this as I can. This is Shadiversity invited some like fucking MAGA buds. He's from New Zealand or whatever, or Australia. Where the fuck is he from? He's a MAGA guy. It doesn't even make any sense. This video is called "Can Trump Save Global Free Speech?" Australia. Oh, he's from Australia. Australia censorship and meltdowns with his culture crusade. There is a 0% chance that I finish this. This is from a live stream. I am, however, going to play it back maybe a little bit faster, and we'll see how far we can go. This is Shad with a bunch of people we don't give a fuck about.
So this drop from Trump. This
is my favorite part already. This is great.
I know.
Me directly.
We've already referenced this a number of times. Let's listen to it now because I think this is one of the greatest things ever. This is what has been needed for so long. And Trump just comes in and drops it like a friggin' nuke. And this is
a nuke. He likes the idea of Donald Trump dropping bombs, I'm sure.
Going to impact everything. This is so good.
If we don't have free speech, then we just don't.
Oh, let me might be too loud, but let's keep going.
Don't have a free country. It's a
This guy talking about free speech, and he's about to make people not be able to talk about whatever they want. Make it make sense, dude.
simple as that. If this most fundamental right is allowed to perish, then the rest of our rights and liberties will topple, just like dominoes, one by one. They'll go down. That's why today I'm announcing my plan to shatter the left-wing censorship regime and to reclaim the right to free speech for all Americans. And reclaim is a very important word in this case. Because
you know why I'm saying reclaim? Because it has been just made a mockery of for years. Gentlemen?
Yeah, it's been made a mockery of for years. All right. I don't know what this means, except probably saying the free speech is now that you can't talk about certain things. Let's see. Would you like to know more?
Several of you have been banned and censored.
Doug, how many times and how many subs have you lost because of this?
Yeah. Do you think you're going to get unbanned?
I've lost millions now, millions of dollars too. But I think I'm on my 8th or 9th channel.
Yeah, your first one was at what, 480,000?
Yeah, 480. My second one did 550.
Wow, these guys are sad. That's really sad stuff.
100 go down. I've got two 50,000s up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hiding in plain sight.
Yeah. People always,
literally all of these guys are falling off. And so this is their cope stream. I get it now. Shadiversity invites his loser friends to a buttfuck party. Like, what are they doing? They're just going to sit around and be sad? Oh, we got banned. They're not going to save you from this.
Is try and bring up the my private business bullcrap. It's like, I'm sorry, when your private business becomes the town square and it's how people are able to actually get their voice out and communicate, all right? That alone is a very important thing to consider.
I just don't play a victim. They can do it. You do your best, you know? Or I should say, you do your worst.
I don't play a victim. You're literally here saying that right now. I will never understand the white man's ability to be like, I'm not playing a victim, and then do while he's doing that. How is that possible to live like this?
And I'll do my best. So you can keep knocking them down, and I'll see you guys. I'll see you later.
Yep, keep going. That's one of the.
That's not going to throw me in jail. I'm not in trouble yet. But, not a biggie.
It's one of the encouraging things that the truth.
Jail? What, man?
Like, unless it goes full authoritarian, the truth often will find a way.
Full authoritarian? What do you think he is? He doesn't think anything.
So, this is great. Like, free up the town squares, and so that's going to be a first thing. Now, the next part was also, and Trump talks about this, is the Section 230 protections.
Yeah.
That is very significant because a lot of these platforms, as soon as they start banning content, that is editorializing. And if you are editorializing, you should then be liable for what is on your platform.
Section 230 is a protection that allowed the internet to grow, when it was young. And so they said, we're not going to punish you for what you put on your site.
Yeah, this is going to, you're talking about net neutrality essentially, right? That'll fuck the whole place, by the way. The whole internet gets bad if you fuck net neutrality. So, I mean, I guess you gotta hope. Child porn is about to go crazy. I know, right? Holy shit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, the right wing idea about everything. Even if they actually thought this was going to help the internet, which I do not think is what they think. I think what they want to do is what it sounds like they want to do. In my opinion, if you're putting on let's assume that everything the fascists do from now on has a motive, and it's not just chaos, and it's not just random. It would be to break up and demobilize the online lefty internet space, because like that's the only place that they're really getting actual pushback now is like alternative media. You know what I mean?
And then now,
specifically what users put on the
but what you just put on your site, you can't be held liable. And so then they started censoring people and they couldn't be held liable. Well, now, even if they breach their own terms of service, so if they can go back and revisit that section 230, which he's talking about, and again, all these things are double-edged swords. They're not.
I was just about to say all these things are double-edged. Like, look, your guys are going to get fucked by this as much as anybody else. I don't understand why you would want it. They're all going to get fucked by. It's crazy, right? Like, if this regime does what they want to do, and just all the stuff they say in Project 2025 and stuff, like the tariffs, the fucking going after net neutrality, going after like the fucking EPA and the Department of Education. I mean, it is just like they're literally just destabilizing the country, and so you're gonna have to rely on your local state to be like quality. I love how his publicly traded companies are now national security liability. And Elon Musk is there. It's a billionaire takeover, and they're trying to turn this shit into a kleptocracy. And these guys are too fucking dumb to see it.
A clean, happy times.
It's already kind of that anyway.
But something like Section 230, it should not be there. So I hope they revisit it pretty deep.
Yeah, he mentions that specifically.
What's her face? Hillary Clinton. Like, there's a video clip I shared yesterday. She was so specific. She's like, if we allow these social media companies to just put whatever they want.
The thing, if you have trading, this a U.S. use X is how it's social.
Let's see.
I'm telling you, Shad, I think we should have just let Japan take off.
Until because isn't on there anymore.
This is just one. It's just brilliant, right?
Because they're taking it away. In recent weeks, bombshell reports have confirmed that a sinister group of deep state bureaucrats, Silicon Valley tyrants, left-wing activists, and depraved corporate news media have been conspiring to manipulate and silence the American people. They have collaborated to suppress vital information on everything.
He's at 1.5 speed, and it makes it seem like his idiosyncrasies and that like stuff he does. Like, look, we'll go to normal, and he'll seem like fucking just brain dead.
From elections to public health.
Yep.
The censorship cartel must be dismantled and destroyed, and it must happen immediately.
And
these are so vague. What a bunch of vague things. Do you mean Google? I don't know what you want, man. They just don't want people to say bad stuff about Trump, which doesn't sound like free fucking speech to me, buddy.
We've all seen examples of that, especially with the election suppression and also everything about the lockdowns and COVID stuff. So many posts were being taken down in Australia.
Lockdowns. He was president when they went into lockdown. Huh?
People were getting arrested for social media posts.
Who got arrested for social media posts? Like the UK? People in the UK have some dumb laws.
And here's my plan. First, within hours of my inauguration, I will sign an executive order banning any federal department or agency from colluding with any organization, business, or person to censor, limit, categorize, or impede the lawful speech.
Oh, that's so good. Because the FBI was contacting Facebook to get stuff taken down.
Okay, so this should gut the FBI in monitoring any citizen, though, right?
And it's like, nah, that's not happening at all.
What is lawful speech? This is what I'm saying, like lawful speech. Like, he just said lawful speech, though. So what does that mean?
And what I love there is specifically to protect lawful speech.
Wow, he noticed it too. Lawful speech.
That's such an important thing.
Okay, but when he says trans people are illegal and inherently pornographic, right? Can we talk about trans people and their existence? Do we have to just say, like, make euphemisms? Can we talk about Jeffrey Epstein being best friends with Donald Trump? Is that lawful speech? Can we talk about Donald Trump being a felon or a rapist or any of that shit? Can we talk about, like, found liable for sexual assault by a jury of his peers in lawful court? I mean, what am I supposed to believe about the system? They just want McCarthyism because that was great. Luckily, we shall all know, McCarthyism died.
Okay, because so many people have like based their censorship on people being offended, right? Oh, that was something that we consider to be a slur. No.
Okay, so now it's about whether or not Donald Trump is offended? Make that make sense.
Protect what is allowed in the law. That should be the standard right there. And that's all you need.
I just found some stuff on that video from 2 years ago. It was on the AMAC, Association of Mature American Citizens, AMAC. And it has some of the text from that video in an article. So for sure that if that text existed back then.
I don't care.
That is it. That the old adage of evil always demands tolerance until it becomes powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it shows no mercy.
Yeah.
All I want is to be tolerated.
Because what he says here is so base. We'll keep going.
Yeah.
Citizens. I will then ban federal
Sorry, Doug?
No, go ahead. I was.
Okay. Yeah.
money from being used to label domestic speech as mis or disinformation.
Oh, sorry.
It's going to be like, you just can't say this is bad information. I don't understand. Shad is one of the meltingest little snowflakes I've seen. He does melt. Trump is offended for the small, forgotten, real American. That's right.
That's exactly what the Australian government is doing.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, I saw that.
A bill called the Misinformation Bill.
Yeah. So I'm of the opinion that while a regular U.S. citizen can do whatever the fuck they want, if you're running for office or in office, or if you're a pundit on TV, like if you're doing politics or whatever, like I don't think you should be able to do willing misinformation. I just don't think you should be able to. It's obviously just bad to let people do that constantly. Like, and I think we can make a reasonable difference between like your free speech and opinions. Like stand-up comedy, I wouldn't go after, for instance. You do whatever you want. Like you're just a guy. But if you have like a fucking if you're an anchor for something that calls himself a news network, like I mean, you shouldn't be able to. Disinformation shouldn't be covered under the First Amendment. It actively harms people. I agree. I mean, it's not different than yelling fire in the theater kind of shit, right? Which is what they always say. They're like, oh, well. Yeah, this is just unreasonable speech to allow. Anyway, we'll have to deal with this later.
And Trump is like the polar opposite of that. It's like banning any government organization from being able to label.
And who is that bearded dude in that hearing where he goes like, well,
oh my God,
who's going to decide?
Huh?
Yes.
You know,
I've got that
going like,
video.
we don't want a platform, an evil business with no accountability to decide.
Okay, let's
hold you to it if you guys.
Okay, so they left, which is fantastic, but let me address that. Who decides what misinformation is? Facts. Just facts. I don't think you can just deny facts. That's it. You can have opinions. You can totally have opinions. You could be like, well, I think this is bad because blankety blank, and that's my opinion, man. Like, I don't care. But, like, this is not what Fox News does, for instance. Fox News just, like, literally lies about things that happens. They're eating the dogs. Like, that's not your opinion, man. You can't just lie to people all the time. I just disagree with the ability to do that. Especially in make a profit. Crazy shit.
Guys need to bounce. Just let me know when you need to bounce. That is
Or be a politician.
fine. But I gotta get through it.
No one wants to hang out with Shad.
Let's go, Shad. Let's do it.
I'll stick around, but I might need to start doing some work here.
Yeah. All right. Because again,
I've been doing work.
he shares some really important stuff.
They're literally bailing on him because they're not having fun. Hilarious.
American citizens. I will then ban federal money from being used to label domestic speech as mis or disinformation.
Just going back
Banning
over it.
federal money. That is so. And I just find it so funny because that's the exact thing what Australian government is doing.
I do like the.
Dude, I don't care about the Australian government at all. This Mr. Different, like southern states are the number one, like petitioner for federal funds. Like the coastal states, the blue states, pay in. I don't know who he thinks he's punishing. Like, what do you mean? California will just keep its fucking money then.
Phrase banning federal money. That's really good.
Banning.
Every
Jesus Christ, screaming.
And I will begin the process of identifying and firing every federal bureaucrat who has engaged in domestic censorship, directly or indirectly.
So he's gonna.
Yeah, I mean, he just wants to fire everybody because he thinks it's like how you run a business. Go, you're fired. Then other people come in to do stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think he just wants to install people he thinks are going to do his bidding, and it would be a perfect time to apply for jobs in the Trump administration if you think you can stealth in there and subvert it. Just tossing that out there. Anybody who's qualified for a job in the Trump administration. It would be a perfect time to have a hell job, but steal money from the Republican Party and subvert their objectives. I'm just saying.
Go in like with a scythe and just fire any.
They're going to fire hundreds of people on like the
Oh
first
my
day.
gosh.
They're gonna fire hundreds of people.
So
This government isn't going to be functional. It's crazy. They're like excited about it, and it's like, I mean, what are they even going to be able to get done when they're just fucking constantly? Part of the I do think it's going to be more efficient than last time, and then it's like, man, they just do a lot of things that destabilize even themselves.
so many federal employed people are guilty of this stuff. The FBI was literally getting Facebook to take down posts and censor Twitter when it was Twitter. Oh my gosh, that is so good to hear.
You need to get on this shit. You need to get your memes ready. Have all your learn to code memes ready to go for all the people getting fired.
I can't wait.
That'd be really funny to access the IRS, because I saw a meme where it's like 187,000 new IRS agents, you're fired. 87,000 new ICE agents, you're hired.
Wow.
Security, the Department of Health.
Dude, the whole thing's gonna fucking fall apart. You think we can take back legislature in 2026 and pass the No Kings? I don't know. You tired of people telling you you're going to be okay in Idaho? I wouldn't stay in Idaho. And I'm not even trans. I'm just outspoken. Didn't Biden want to pass like 120,000 new Border Patrol agents? Yeah, I mean, either way, we were headed towards some shitty stuff for the immigrant population anyway. So, it is what it is. I don't think you're fucked in Idaho. I would leave, though, if I had the chance. I mean, do you go outside all the time, Deimos? Do you are you in danger of your local community? The people who are really fucked are the kids. When he takes down all the institutions that ensure that they have your shut-in. I think shut-ins are a little bit better off right now in bad states. But I mean, is what it is.
Human Services, the FBI,
anyone in these
DOJ,
organizations,
no matter who they are.
If you did it,
Second,
you're
I will
gone.
order the Department of
What does
Justice
that even mean? Took part in censorship? Like tweeted something at a guy once? I don't know.
to investigate all parties involved in the new online censorship regime, which is absolutely destructive and terrible, and to aggressively prosecute any and all crimes identified.
Oh, I love it.
You hear this? You're starting to wonder why they send assassins after him.
Yeah.
Why they send assassins? Who's they? Do you think? Okay, hear me out. Do you think if I don't know, someone like Joe Biden who works with Mossad and the Navy SEALs, do you think if he wanted someone like Donald Trump dead, he could do it? Because I think Dark Brandon could get it done. That man has not been opposed to bombing a motherfucker. Okay? I think Joe could do it if he really had the wherewithal. You better believe the Democrats love doing a little predator drone every once in a while.
This is the type of stuff that's making people sweat. It's like if they have been illegally censoring people, he is targeting them and going to be going after them.
I don't even know what that means.
I love it.
These include possible violations of federal civil rights law.
Sorry, because civil rights is the interesting thing. A lot of people have been bringing up this stuff in Australia. This is an infringement of people's rights, right? And
What
so
is?
America has a stronger bulwark about that. And so they're going to find if you legitimately infringed on people's civil rights, he's going to go after them under the law.
Okay, so Elon Musk has banned me on Twitter for meaningless shit before. Is he going to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law for my infringements of my First Amendment? Because I think he should be.
Campaign finance laws, federal election law, securities law, and antitrust laws, the Hatch Act, and a host of other potential criminal, civil, regulatory, and constitutional offenses.
Okay.
To assist in these efforts, I am urging House Republicans to immediately send preservation letters And we
Oh,
have to do
yes.
this right now.
Preservation letters?
To the Biden administration, the Biden campaign, and every Silicon Valley tech giant, ordering them not to destroy evidence of censorship.
Now, I don't know if this was done or not because he was.
I don't know what that means. What? This man has never read the Constitution? No way. There is no Biden campaign. They're definitely not in a campaign.
Asking the Republicans to do this because you know that like the people who are guilty of this stuff, they are going to try and wipe the trail. That
What was it called? They're gonna use a Hillary Clinton app that they use.
Yeah. What did Hillary Clinton do? Like, what did she do?
Clinton?
Bleach this?
Bleach Bit.
Yeah, bleach.
It was Bleachbit. That was it. Yeah.
Yep.
Third, upon my inauguration as president, I will ask Congress to send a bill to my desk revising section.
Oh yes.
Dude, what? What is he? Why is he doing this? Why am I hearing the insides of Shad's throat when this happens?
To get big online platforms out of censorship business.
Amen.
From now on,
This is
digital
good because now my comics won't be censored anymore on Indiegogo or whatever. They won't be shadow banned.
Gosh. Like genuinely. Now,
You won't be shadow banned? Dude, it's going to be so rough for them to find out when this happens. They're going to be like, wait, why am I still hemorrhaging subscribers? Why doesn't anyone like me still? And it's going to be like, oh, it's because no one likes you. Okay, cool.
I have a
do you
feeling
think
that's
Indiegogo would qualify? It's not a social media platform.
It might. I mean, I think isn't it everything where like you
I
can't
don't
shadow ban?
care. Oh my god.
high standards of neutrality, transparency, non-discrimination,
Section
and
240 does the literal opposite of that. It would break the internet. Yeah. Removing Section 230 would mean the absolute end of non-corporate content on the internet, especially YouTube and Twitch. Oh, yeah.
only then will they qualify for Section 230 protection. That is,
Good. Yeah.
love it.
We should require these platforms to increase their efforts to take down unlawful content such as child exploitation.
This is an interesting one because Elon seems to be one of the few people that really push that, where there's more of that evil crap on Facebook.
Oh,
and
this
stuff.
is why they wanted him assassinated. It all makes sense now.
Yeah, it really does.
Dude, he's...
A lot of people sweating with this stuff. It's like,
Are they
And
sweating?
promoting terrorism while dramatically
promoting terrorism. Twitch, you are screwed.
Promoting terrorism? Does that mean like Hezbollah? Can't support Hamas? Elon literally restored a guy's account manually that posted CSAM. He really did. Good old Hassan. I think it'll be okay. So weird that they're on our island. I think Trump cares about ending or fighting CSAM or something. I know, right?
You are absolutely
Now,
screwed.
if you could just get the government to declare Antifa a terrorist organization, I think it would be a clean sweep here.
Oh, man,
You know what's funny is that he's all this stuff as Valiant showed earlier. All this stuff has been on his website this entire time, and the left has constantly been saying he doesn't show what he wants to do, and like
What? The left has been saying that? No, we're saying we don't like the stuff he's been showing us he wants to do. Huh?
people are always like, it's
These
all
guys are so stupid.
on his website. It's all
Mhm.
you just have to go see it. No, it's was it Project 2025? That's what it is. And it's like, no, it's not. It's what he says on his website. Just go look at it, but then nobody would ever look at it. Chad, I'm like sitting here waiting for you to notice my background.
Oh, that's a good looking background you have there. What?
Wow.
I was looking at the chat because Anime Fan 3794 he understands like
Yeah, he took his background.
these
Anime fan.
idiots like Hazan and stuff on Twitch. Twitch has been a bastion for extremists literally promoting terrorism. Like he shared a terrorism like recruitment video or something like that. He
Free speech. Free speech.
had there was he interviewed a guy who was like a Houthi terrorist or something like that.
The Houthi stuff, man. I don't care. I thought we were free speechers. I guess not. I'm not surprised. Can you believe it's just focused on the left? That's so crazy. Didn't see that coming.
I can't remember the exact details, but some of the crap he has pulled and
Guy named
constantly.
Hassan, you say?
All right. Holy crap! And
Oh my god.
that he put
Go,
stream
go, go.
the targets on them,
exploitation,
and
promoting
promoting
terrorism while
that you are stuffed. Oh, I love it.
Okay.
dramatically curtailing their power
The pace of this is so bad.
to arbitrarily restrict lawful speech.
Yeah.
Fourth, we need to break up the entire toxic censorship industry that has arisen under the false guise of tackling so-called mis- and disinformation. The federal government should immediately stop funding all nonprofits and academic programs that support this authoritarian project.
The authoritarian project. This is just Russia. This is just the same shit Russia does. This fucking country, dude. It's authoritarian to say that what I say is a lie. Well, don't lie. Just don't do it.
If any U.S. university is discovered to have engaged in censorship activities or election interferences in the past, such as flagging social media content for removal of blacklisting, those universities should lose federal research dollars and federal student loan support for a period of 5 years and maybe more.
Yeah, sure. This is, I mean, they're just continuing to make sure that people have less and less access to education, which is their whole bag. Because you see who votes for him. The dumber you are, the more likely you are right wing. It's just factual. Same shit.
Maybe more.
Should also enact new laws laying out clear criminal
More
penalties.
brain drain. 57% of people seeking education in this country have some kind, whether it's them or a family member, have a like undocumented, or they have papers, like they're not full citizens or something. 57% of all people seeking education. So you know who they're going after.
Penalties for federal bureaucrats who partner with private entities to do an end run around the Constitution.
So,
I gotta skip forward a little bit.
Americans of their First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendment rights. In other words, deprive them of their vote. And once you lose those elections, and once you lose your borders like we have, you no longer have a country. Furthermore, to confront the problems of major platforms being infiltrated by legions of former deep staters and intelligence officials.
What is that? Who are these people?
There should be a 7-year calling off period before any employee.
I love this. I love this one.
NSA, DNI, DHS, or DOD is allowed to take a job at a company possessing vast quantities of U.S. user data.
Which would I guess just blacklist the entire intelligence community from jobs, just so that they can't have jobs, I guess. Well, chat, there's only one way to end this.
That is brilliant. And like, it's actually shocking how many like former 3-letter, organization employees end up working at social media companies.
It's not that shocking. It was like a freaking black ops.
Dude, the commentary that these guys have is like essentially pointless.
Fifth, the time has finally come for Congress to pass a digital Bill of Rights. This should include a right to
I hope you have a
Jahadis, give him a fire howler. Thank you.
digital due process.
Digital due process.
In other words,
I love
officials.
it. Just keeps getting better, guys.
Why he's just screaming into the fucking mic? Holy shit. Shad fucking juicy mouth Brooks.
Due process on social media.
Should need a court order to take down online content.
Dude, now I need a court order to take down harmful content. Just look at this. A court order. By the way, you are going to be able to abuse the shit out of this. Posters on here are going to be able to dox the shit out of every single... Like, Nick Fuentes got doxed recently. You're not going to be able to take that shit down? Like, what are you doing? Need a court order to take down pornography. Yeah. They're going to need whole court orders to take down certain things. Shit's going to get wild for a minute, and then they're going to have to re-regulate.
not send information requests such as the FBI was sending to Twitter. Furthermore,
Getting him good.
Oh, this is so good.
He just names the FBI like FBI. I'm watching you.
And
I'm coming for you.
I don't think this is digital ID. This is digital due process, meaning like a digital bill of rights. Okay, that means.
Why would you want digital ID though? That'd be weird. That would make it so that you could be found out if you were a fucking freak and everyone would know where you're at. You don't want that if you're a far right winger. What?
It's like there's a set structure to happen. If content is going to be moved down, you need an actual court order, which means it has to go through due process, which protects people so much more.
It's not regulating the people; it's regulating the companies.
It's regulating the FBI.
Yeah, this is not a good idea.
America says
online
watching. We'll see.
or when users of big online platforms have their content or accounts removed, throttled, shadow banned, or otherwise restricted, no matter what name they use, they should
No matter
have
what name they use.
They should have a right to
be
be
informed
informed.
that
Oh,
it's happening.
see that?
So wait. So I could make an account called Donald Trump and make whatever content I wanted, and it wouldn't bother him at all. I doubt it.
That is like. And so that's
was-
going to be
that
in
was
this
a good
digital
one.
Bill of Rights. If you are getting shadow banned, you are going
You
to
have
a
a right to be informed. So that was
be
my big
informed
thing.
and know.
So when they shadow banned my comic Indiegogo, they didn't even tell me. I had to look into the code.
It could happen, Argonia Bum. Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, you've been shadow banned for these following reasons, and then you're like,
Okay, I don't care about your conversation at all. I'm just looking at the video now.
The right to a specific explanation of the reason why, and the right to a timely appeal.
Yep.
In addition, all users over the age of 18 should have the right to opt out of content
I
moderation.
like the idea of timely appeal, where it's like,
Be able to opt out of content moderation or curation. They should add Shad Manning
Around it, and
I don't think they're that different from each other.
it's like, okay, we'll give you an appeal in like 9 months.
Okay,
But
this
no,
video
it's
should
a
be done
timely
soon.
appeal.
Now, this is interesting. All users over the age of 18 have a right to opt out of content curation. Dude, this is huge. YouTube. That's
Over the age of 18? What? I don't even know what that means.
the whole practice of YouTube.
What about kids? What? Can't wait for the behavior of men online after this goes through. Yeah.
YouTube. They curate the front page and recommendations constantly. I just mentioned Susan Wojcicki has admitted that they rate content based on quality, right? Oh my gosh. And so Trump is saying that the Digital Bill of Rights will have an ability for anyone over 18 to say, do not moderate or affect my recommendations based on, your preferences. Now, for people under 18, I kind of understand, because if you're young, right, there is inappropriate content that you don't want to be in front of children. And so that type of content curation makes sense. But if you're an adult, you should have the right to say, do not restrict anything. Just feed me.
It's crazy that he says that, and then he's also like a porn should be banned guy.
The internet, basically, unfiltered. And then guess what?
What?
People should be able to curate their own recommendations, because you can block the crap you don't want to watch. Block the channels that you don't. I do it on Twitter. It's like, all right, I've had enough of this stuff. I'll just block the guy so I don't have to see the stuff that's flooding my feed too much. All right.
Yeah, it'd basically be like when you first join Instagram or something, and you just get everything.
Wow.
And that's they just learn you.
I cannot believe that Shad is the most entertaining commentator on here. It's a low fucking bar.
Your personal algorithm.
Love this.
entirely.
This is, like I said, it just keeps getting better, man.
Curation entirely, and receive an unmanipulated stream of information.
I love it.
If they so choose.
Oh, that's great.
The fight for free speech is a matter of victory or death for America and for the survival of Western civilization itself. When I am president, this whole
Western civilization. Oh my god. They're so caught up in identity politics. It's so fucking snowflakey, man.
system of censorship and information control will be ripped out of the system at large. There won't.
Yeah, I'll fucking believe it when I see it. What this sounds like is just we're going to target left-wing people. That's what it sounds like. Anyone who has said that you did a bad thing in the past is going to be deleted off the internet.
Be anything left. Our speech will begin to reclaim our democracy and save our nation. Thank you, and God bless America.
God bless it. All right, now we can leave. It would be lovely if someone like Shad had thoughts that were cogent and like he had logical processes in his brain that are like, I like A because B will happen and therefore C. And it's like, he doesn't, though. He doesn't have that. He hears words and he thinks, that must be a thing I like because I like Republicans. Yeah, it's not ideal. My hope is that some of the deregulation along the way makes it easier for us down the road to establish a better society than we had prior. But we're going to have to go through some bullshit first. We got to eat some shit before we can fucking get this done. It feels, as a millennial, it genuinely feels like our entire, pretty much our entire adult lives. Like, you kind of had the 90s and they were selling you this, like, science, fucking, no racism, like, let's all fucking be together and push in the same direction and try to be good to one another. And you kind of have that childhood, and then all of our parents become racist. I mean, they were already racist, but they become really racist because 9/11. George W. Bush is obviously made president. Like, 9/11 is a big turning point, man. And they just, that we had problems before. There was race riots in the fucking 90s. Nothing was peachy keen. But there was, like, a societal shift toward, like reason and kind of, like, being chill. We have been failed by the boomers our whole lives. Like, they have failed us at every step of the way. They are easily one of the most harmful generations. And it sucks, man. That's our parents, bro. They didn't have to be like that. It used to be possible to go somewhere and mix political company and have an okay time. Exactly. But they just fucking ruin it. It's tough. Your parents are progressive atheists. Then they know that their fucking peers are dumbasses. They're fucking totally aware of it. They're like, yeah, and I'm aware of it. They can fail us and actively work against us. I used to know real fiscal conservatives, but those don't exist anymore. They're all just fucking racist, man. I don't, the thing is, I don't want to have to constantly, I think I speak for all of us. I don't know. I don't think it's a good feeling to dislike the people that come before you. I don't think that feels good. Don't you want them to want better for you, and that is what they say they do, and then they act so backwards. You know what I mean? They act so fucking backwards, and you can't get it through their thick fucking skulls that they're shitting the bed, and they have been doing so since forever. That's not a good generation. How do you survive with your Trump rant? Head on. Do what you got to do, but